Fortnite is currently in its 32nd season, and after 7 years, we have 5 different chapters with a ton of goated seasons that will live on forever. Now, today I'm going to be ranking every single season. Alright, so here we are. We got all 32 seasons here, except for the current one, but it's still 32 because we got this preseason thing. Now, to go ahead and get straight into this, I'm going to go ahead and put in all the seasons that I haven't played. Now, if you look at it now, I am kind of an OG because I started in chapter 1, but if you were around in during this time, you would say I'm not an OG because I didn't play any of these seasons. Now, this is the first season I played. I don't really remember it. It might have been a top tier. I really don't remember it. I only played on the iPad, didn't even have Xbox Live. So yeah, I don't really remember it, but it's a chapter 1 season. If you look back at the gameplay and just I mean, that's still waning towards the end of peak Fortnite, peak chapter 1. So I'm gonna just play it safe, put it at A. Season 7, I remember it a little bit more. Apart from the competitive side of chapter 1 season 7, this season was honestly very stacked. Obviously there were the planes and the swords and stuff that made it kind of like lopsided, but content wise, this was Fortnite Winterfest. There was ton of great vibes, and at the end of the season, if you did like a bunch of challenges, you would get the free battle pass for the next season. So to me, this is a high A tier, like at the top. But next we got chapter 1 season 8. Again, these early seasons don't really remember that much. I mean, this one's a peak one. Like, battle pass was great. That was the first battle pass, although I was still playing on an iPad. I was still just playing mobile, iPad and phone and stuff. Yeah, they added the ballers, they added the volcano, they added a bunch of stuff, I'm pretty sure. So it was Flit Knock, super iconic, the cannon, super iconic. I'm gonna put it in A. I'm gonna put it above season 6, but at the same time, I really just don't remember these. I'm kind of just playing them safe. These two I'm kind of going to group together because this one was apparently terrible. But at the same time, when I played both of these, literally every time I hopped on, I just played Playground. Now, at the same time, I don't really want to vote biasly, because if I did, I'd probably put both of these just in S tier just because of me playing Playground during that time. I was literally like 9 years old. But me playing Playground during that time, I would put it in S tier, but I don't want to look at it biased. So I'm going to put this one at the bottom of A tier. I'm gonna put this one C, put this one B. Alright, now we got chapter 2. Now this season gets a lot of hate because it was very dragged out and there weren't many updates, but if you had to ask me, it was fine. Like, nowadays I care a lot about updates and just fresh content and stuff, but when chapter 2 first came out, it was like everything slowed down. It kind of felt like Fortnite kind of just needed to slow down a bit. But again, don't want to put bias in there, although I did like it, so I'm going to put it at the top of B tier. Next, we got Chapter 2, Season 2. This is where I really started to want to get competitive at Fortnite. This is where I stopped making it like a game and wanted to like win every single time I played. Like, this is where the rages started to come up. Even if you remove the bias, you just look at chapter 2 season 2. I mean, Midas, the agency, that was such a stacked POI. The grotto, the shark, the yacht, the whole map was great. The loophole was great. Everything was so good about it. The battle pass was great, even though I didn't get it. And because of that, this is gonna have to be our first S tier. Next, we got chapter 2 season 3, which in my opinion is a little bit worse than chapter 2 season 2, but it is definitely up there. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it up here, top of A tier, but underneath season 7, because that's just a go to actually underneath this one too. These are some pretty go to OG seasons. Next, we got the first Marvel season. That season was so stacked, bro. Like, I know a lot of people hype it up. I mean, if you've heard anybody talk about this season, they're gonna say it's like a top 3 season of all time. But yeah, it's definitely S tier. The battle pass was amazing. I remember grinding until the very last day of the season to get to level 220 so that I could get the Rainbow Wolverine skin. Lachlan's icon skin came out, and I remember that's when I found out about Lachlan and really started to get into like YouTubers and icon creators and icon skins and stuff. My knowledge about like the Fortnite community and Fortnite creators just grew a ton during this season, so definitely an S tier in so many ways. Next is Fortnite 0 Point, and at this point I actually knew a lot about the game, a lot about its creators, a lot about competitive. This is where I found out about who Mr. Savage was and just how crazy FNCS is. I remember watching a Mr. Savage video. I like clicked on the video. I was like, alright, how stacked are these games going to be? And there was literally like 80 players in like 5th zone or something. It was something crazy, like FNCS Grand Finals. And I'm like, dude, what? But even removing that bias, it was a great season. Obviously the sand tunneling thing was kind of bugged the whole time, but I mean, Salty Towers, great POI, kind of teasing at, you know, Return of Tilted. Colossal Coliseum was a great POI. The Battle Pass was pretty good with the Mandalorian and stuff. I really liked that season, but honestly, it's kind of like a top of B tier because it's not really up here with these. It's not very iconic. It's got great vibes, great memories and stuff, but it's not really iconic. Doesn't it? It's not up there with these. You feel me? Next is Primal Season, and you know I don't remember it a whole lot. I remember I did rage a ton this season, but I think it was mainly just because of the dinosaurs and the primal shotgun. Yeah, I think it is a little bit overhated. I mean, it's definitely bad. I also remember really getting into arena and just like loot paths and watching pro players and trying to get as good as I can. Don't want to put it in F because I don't like hating on stuff. I'm gonna put it at bottom C. I'm a give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm putting it at bottom of C. Next, we got Fortnite Invasion. Dude, it's a A tier higher, bro. This season, I mean, you had to have played it to understand how good it was. The railgun was one of the most, it still is one of the most fun guns of all time. The recon scanner that went with it, the recon scanner by itself is insane. Rick and Morty, Superman came in the battle pass, all that kind of stuff. Storyline was like at its peak during this time. I'm gonna put it at A tier, and honestly, it's kind of more recency bias because I remember playing this more than playing this, which was like 4 years ago. I don't know. I think this is a good place to put it. Next, we got Cubed and Chat. I honestly hated this season. I mean, this is around the time I got my PC, but realistically, I just hated this season. The Carnage Venom Mythic was super OP. It was so OP that I just hated it. The sideways weapons were absolutely terrible. They weren't satisfying. There was no benefit to them. But yeah, this one's F. This Chapter 2, Season 8, bro, that was not it. The best part about it was literally the season finale event. On to Chapter 3. This is without a doubt an S tier, and I'm putting it at the top. This is my favorite season. Actually, this is top 3 of my favorite seasons of all time. It's a great chapter, great season. Next is Chapter 3 Season 2, and honestly, I might like this season more than Chapter 3 Season 1. Because realistically, apart from the Spider-Man mythics being vaulted, there's not much of a difference between this season and Season 1. And plus, Season 2 had like a bunch of upgrades in the loot pool, like the combat SMG, while the stinker was in the game. So it's not like they took stuff out. They added the first person burst, the striker burst, which was so goated. But yeah, I mean the blimps, the covert cavern, covert canyon, bro, that POI. I mean, I know it was in Chapter 3 Season 1, but when they added the blimp to it, like that POI was so peak, and it was right next to Logjam 2. I'm gonna put this up here. I don't know if I should put it above Season 1. I don't know. Really, these two are kind of interchangeable. Chapter 3 Season 3 and Season 4. This is where Chapter 3 kind of fell off, and probably why you guys think Chapter 3 ain't that good. But realistically, Chapter 3 had a great battle pass with Darth Vader. And yes, they added like the whole mushroom stuff and like all the trees and stuff. But dude, the trees were cool. You know, like you could plant your own tree and then like upgrade its loot over games, and you could literally get like full mythic loot in one game because of a tree. Like that was cool. But at the same time, that's like B tier. I'm gonna put it bottom of B tier. And then Chapter 3 Season 4, Chrome Season. Chrome weapons were honestly really nice. I really liked it, but something about the Chrome vibes, Battle Pass, there was something about it that was just not, I don't know, it wasn't right. So because of that, I'm going to put it at top of C. Next, we got Chapter 4 Season 1. This was such a goated season. The wintertime was great. The Battle Pass was honestly pretty unique. But yeah, the loot pool was honestly kind of weird. I mean, the whole vibe really with all of Chapter 4 was kind of weird and just not very Fortnite-y. But the hammer was just so fun. It was honestly really, really good way to start off the chapter. Because of that, I'm gonna put it up here at the top end. Then we got this one. This one I'm gonna put even higher. If you had to ask me, I would take Season 1 over Season 2, but that's biased, and I think if you look at it without bias, Season 2 is definitely better. I mean, this is when they first added the Havoc shotgun. That thing is to this day stronger than the pump probably. And then they had the Mythic Pulse Rifle, which was like the most broken thing in the game. Even though they took out the hammer, they added the sword, so there was still good fun mobility. Oh, and then also they did the ODM Attack on Titan, collab thing, so that was pretty cool. But Mega City was honestly kind of disappointing, and really the whole biome that they added, like the whole purple biome at the bottom of the map, that whole area was kind of weird and just not very nice. Next we got the wild season. I have already said I think it's overhated a little bit. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, I understand why people don't really like it. I'm gonna put it here in C tier. Then we got chapter 4 season 4. This season was kind of like Fortnite's closest way at going back to chapter 2 season 2 without actually going back. There was a ton of like vaults and bosses and just that kind of vibe. This is the season that I did the like I got a kill with everything that you can get a kill with. That was also the rocket ramp season, the twin mag AR season. So there's some great things about it, but I feel like when this season came out, everybody was kind of just done with chapter 4 already. I'm gonna put it high up here in B tier. This season was goated. Going back to chapter 1 was top tier, and I'm putting this up here because I don't have any chapter 1 things up here. But dude, going back was so fun, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know if like the people that played when we went back just didn't know how to play on the chapter 1 map or what, but everything for me at least just felt so much easier. Something about playing OG Fortnite just made it feel so much easier, so much smoother, so much more fun. I don't think Fortnite could have asked for a better experience when going back to OG Fortnite. Then we got chapter 5 season 1. This is a great season. I don't care what you say. The new map is absolutely insane. All the medallions, Peter Griffin, all the mythics, like it was, I mean, the striker AR, there was so much good stuff about it. Because of that, I'm gonna put it at bottom of A tier. Then we got this one, and I remember in one of my shorts, I think I ranked this a 10 out of 10 season. But realistically, it's kind of one of those seasons where like in the moment it's really nice, but when you look back at it, there wasn't a whole lot of updates. A lot of the like mythics were bugged. Like I remember they had to take out the Chains of Hades because I don't even know why. They had to take out the Wings of Icarus for whatever reason. They had to take out Zeus's Thunderbolt. So it was a great season, but I don't know. There was just something. I think it was the fact that it was a collab season. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Then we got Fortnite Red. I'm not even gonna say anything. The cars were terrible. Nitro was terrible. I really did not like this season. If you had to ask me, it's the worst Fortnite season of all time. We're putting it at the bottom of F. And then to top it all off, we got this final Marvel season. Honestly, the last Marvel season is a top 5 season of all time. This one, it was good, and going back to a Marvel season was a great decision by Epic, but at the same time, it wasn't that good. It was nowhere near as good as the first one. The map was great. The medallions were great. The global championship was great too, but there was nothing that made this season super crazy. It was really good though, so I'm gonna put it right here above chapter 4 season 4. But yeah, so that's kind of, a rough depiction of what my Fortnite season tier list is. Obviously, here in the future, after 4 more seasons have gone by, maybe I'll wait, 7 more years. I don't know. But here in the future, I'm going to have to redo it. But as of right now, this is where it stands. Let me know what you guys think. If, I had any crazy decisions, maybe you guys think this is crazy having this up here. I don't know. Make sure to comment down below though. And if you guys are enjoying the current Fortnite season, if you want help to get up to Unreal rank, then make sure to check out this video on the screen where I give a goated drop spot and loot path for you to rank up every game. Thank y'all for watching. I'm dropping a video every week. Peace.